So, to diet or not to diet? That is the question. Hello, I'm Sarah Butler from theinnerslimmer.com. And there's lots and lots of people out there at the moment who are telling us that we should ditch the diet, that are telling us that diets are evil, that diets keep people trapped in misery for a lifetime, and that we should just go down the healthy eating route. And you know what? I've bought all the lovely healthy eating cookery books too, with all their gorgeous photographs in them. I have done things with a butternut squash in the last few months that I've never dreamed of doing. Um, I make kale chips, and yes, I get all that. But do you know what? There's something that these healthy eating folk just don't get when they say that people should just ditch the diets and just healthy eat instead. Yeah. So sometimes these people that are telling people they shouldn't diet anymore have never got up in the morning with the full intention of being good that day and having a smoothie for breakfast and having some hot water with lemon juice in it, and by the end of the day ending up having inhaled about 3,500 calories between 8 and 10 o'clock at night, and going to bed absolutely hating themselves, and getting up the next day and doing exactly the same thing again. Do you know what? It's pigging miserable. It's a pigging miserable way to exist. And it's not something that you can just fix with healthy eating. So I've tried helping people different ways over the last decade or so. So I've been part of the UK diet industry for nearly 11 years now. And I've tried helping people in different ways, and my findings are really, really important. So I've tried helping people by giving them a diet, basically, and the more traditional diets, and diets with counselling and coaching as well in weight management. And I went through a crisis of faith with diets myself about 2 or 3 years ago, and I decided to leave all that behind me because I too began to doubt whether I was just perpetuating the situation for some people, because I had seen people diet and lose the weight really, really successfully, and then come back the next year with the weight back on again, and the year after that, and the year after that. And you know what? I thought this is no good for them, and it's not something that I want to be a part of either. So at that point, I left diets behind me and I joined the Ditch the Diet Brigade. Do you know what? There was a little niggling feeling inside me that this wasn't the way to go, but I went there anyway. And I was promoting people to ditch the diets, and I offered purely mindset coaching and kind of clean eating, healthy eating, but mainly was helping people just with their mindsets, and coaching them and counselling them around food and food issues. And you know what? Some great feedback from that. Really good feedback from people. But at the end of the day, people still didn't manage to crack the food addiction and not just lose the weight, but keep it off altogether, forever, full time. And I've kind of come full circle now with this whole issue. I do not agree with people just carrying on dieting year in, year out for 60 years and staying ultimately at the same weight at the end of it. Don't get me wrong, totally don't agree with that. But you know what? There is a definite need for some people to go on a diet either at the same time as, or before or after, some mindset coaching as well. Because some people very definitely need a couple of things. They need a break from their traditional way of doing things with food. They need a really structured, boundaried approach to food. Just like someone with an addiction to anything else in life needs. They need that helping hand with those boundaries around the matter of their addiction, which in this case is food. But also there's something even more important than that for me, and what diets do is give people the self-belief. It gives them that kind of instant boost to their self-esteem, their self-worth, their belief that they can actually do this. And if people choose the right diet with the right support, in conjunction with changing on the inside as well, which is the mindset shifts, yeah, then for me, that's the most powerful way of cracking this forever. So please, anyone who's watching this, who is getting battered by the haters and the naysayers about diets, that diets are no good for you and you should ditch the diets, yeah, agree with them to a certain degree that just doing the same old diet to get the same old result year after year after year, that's no good for anybody. But some people, most of the people that I work with, need some kind of change in their diet, yeah, some boundaried guidelines, some support, some reduction in intake, whilst they're going through the internal changes as well, to give them the best chance of success possible. So, you know, maybe you have queued up in a windy church hall on a Monday evening just to be told by somebody else how much you weigh. Maybe you've done that once too often in the past. Maybe it's time to look at things and do things in a different way. But don't sack the diets forever altogether, because they do play a place as long as, you know, diets are done mindfully. So that's it for now. I'd love to see you over on my website, which is www.theinnerslimmer.com, where I've got loads more helps, tips, supports, and advice for you. Bye bye for now.